recent weeks. Wales lead 21-9 in the series. They last met in Las Vegas, and Canada won by 21 points to 19, led by Nate Kirayama. He has almost a telepathic understanding with Kieran Hearn and Sean Duke, but it's those three forwards, Darla, Moonlight and Trainer, who are the big burly forwards in this Canadian outfit, which retain possession and which has caused teams so many problems. Wales led by James Davis, and suffering a spate of injuries, which means that youngsters like Yolo Evans and Ross Jones get a chance in the starting lineup. So Canada on this occasion wear red, and Wales in what is becoming a familiar colour combination, the lime green and the black shirts and shorts. Good support here for all the nations competing in the tournament as we get ready for this clash then. Wales having dropped to 11th in the rankings, Canada moving the other way up to 9th after their quarter-final progress in Wellington. Christian Kelly is our referee for this match from New Zealand. And joining me in the commentary box is another New Zealander, Willie Losey.
Looking forward to this match too, Whit, because I got the feeling that Wales wouldn't have been thrilled with the loss that they experienced against New Zealand, and they'll show a lot of spirit in this game to prove that they actually deserve to be in that top 8 of the competition.
Yeah, it's always close between Canada and Wales in recent times. Wales claimed the kick-off to Will Price. This is Yolo Evans, youngster from North Wales, a farmer's son. James Davis takes the direct route up to halfway. Ball kicked out. It's there for Rhys Jones, one of the more experienced players in this Welsh side. Alex Webber, good to see him back. Lovely stepper. Scored a wonderful try against Fiji in the final in Hong Kong last year. Wales got their first final ever in 14 years of competing. Quickly taken by Rhys Jones. That's Sam Cross running at the Canadian opposition, almost finds a gap up to the 22. Good work here by the captain, James Davis. Abrasive and committed. Number 7 in 15s.
That's 3 penalties in a row as well, straight to Wales. That's why they're inside, or now they will be inside the Canadian 22.
Lovely pass from Rhys Jones to Ross Jones. The Joneses in concert here. This is Webber over in the corner. This is better from Wales. This is what you expect. Well taken try, retaining possession.
And some help as well with ill discipline from the Canadians. This is the last part of it, but it's just maintaining position. He's got a ton of pace. Hearn is no slouch, who was the last defender for Canada, and he just put the afterburners on, and he was gone.
He's an elusive runner, is Alex Webber, and Wales certainly have missed the thrust of Alex Webber, and it's good news for Wales in as much that Captain Adam Jones, the squad captain, is on his way back, as is Chris Knight and the very experienced Lee Williams as well. But for now, we'll congratulate Alex Webber on the opening score in this match. They lead Canada, Wales by 5 points to 0.
2 minutes gone, and Canada haven't touched the ball.
Well, key to Wales' successes in the past certainly have been the drop kicking of Rhys Jones at restarts. Let's see how they go this time. Thanks very much. Sam Cross into the 22. James Davis has away, and he won't be caught. The ever alert James Davis and Sam Cross combining them to give Wales a solid start here against Canada.
Oh, it's better than solid. It's just what the doctor ordered. And it was from that kickoff again. You'll see here that Sean White actually gets the ball for Canada. Darla helps him, and then he just throws it into the hands of the Welsh players. On hand is Davis, and he just sprints away. Maybe you can tell us what this little lick of each hand and the thing on the head is all about.
I'm not so sure about that, but it's a good try certainly. But again, key, Willie, was that the restart, and sometimes you don't have to win the restart, but put pressure on the opposition, and Wales are very adept at doing that. Jones again hoists the high hanging kick. This time it's secured, well secured by Canada, by Harry Jones. The other Jones on the field, but he's not Welsh. Canada with ball in hand for the first time. Connor Traynor to Sean Duke. Traynor once more. 24-year-old centre in 15s brushes aside the challenge of Iolo Evans, and Canada claw one back.
And he deserved it as well, because he did so much in the build-up to this particular try. Have a look at the offloads, and then he stays in support. Duke takes in a couple of them, gives it back to Traynor, and this is where he scores the try, because he arcs, and then he goes in between the two defenders. One of them came out of the line. I think it was Ross Jones, who actually created a gap, and Traynor broke through. Good response from the Canucks.
From in front of the posts, conversion is good. So Canada trail by 5. Wales setting up the pod in midfield. The kick is wide out on the flank.
And the referee just overruling the assistant referee on that occasion, because it certainly did come off the Welsh player. Well,
my goodness,
he stood his ground.
My goodness me.
And then he's put the wrong side, then he's put the wrong flag up. There you go.
A Kiwi referee acknowledging his mistake.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm confused.
So here come Wales. Evans. Davis again showing good strength. Cross into midfield. Ross Jones, the newcomer. Webber looking to get in on the action. Ross Jones has a quick look. See what's on. A good interpassing from the Welsh, letting the ball do the work. Injection of pace from Iolo Evans again, finding James Davis. Good tackle though by Naniak Dalla. That tackle had to be made because Davis was away.
Good support, good play, the way that he tracked him, gave him the sideline, and then he backed his pace to get across and make a good copybook tackle. No doubt about who took the ball and touch on this occasion. Davis looks like he's just injured himself a little bit in that too. Naniak Dalla, he's no small man at 98 Ks in the program.
He's a solid citizen, that's for sure. He's got a fair turn of pace as well, has Naniak Dalla. To the wide open spaces, and Wales have to be alert here. Webber as well goes to ground under pressure from Sean Duke. Inside their own 22. Wales start all over again, and James Davis, there was a hint certainly of a heavy tackle causing perhaps an injury earlier on. The tackle from Naniak Dalla. Cross. Represented the Great Britain University 7 squad. A season or two ago. This is the last chance in all the first half. The floated pass out wide to Rhys Jones into the Canadian 22. The hitch kick, which causes defences more often than not to take a second look, but Nate Hirayama wasn't fooled by that little hitch kick from Rhys Jones. So we arrive at the break, 2 tries to 1, and Wales lead Canada by 12-7. So not much to choose between the teams at the break.
Excuse me, boss. Get out, please. All right. In tight.
Gareth Williams clearly has some choice words to say to his team at the break here. Taken over from Paul John. Welsh Women yet to confirm the appointment of the replacement coach.
get our numbers back in place, right? With the ball, boys, how do you feel? Back it up, keep going after them. We're accurate at the moment, which is good. Pause it in, boys. Pause it in. Keep it there now, right? However, boys, look at that score. Look at the track.
We'll win that ball. Tempo, move the ball.
Maybe a familiar accent because Geraint John is also a Welshman in charge of the Canadian
Get up, but
7 squad.
Nobody else. Trust your D. Got it? No. Are we in for it? Yeah. Come on. Tackle, lady. Keep working.
I like that word a lot. In fact, I like those words a lot. Trust your D, which means we've been practicing this all season long. We know what we're doing. Trust each other. And that's the big word, really.
Yeah.
You just got to trust your teammates.
Geraint John was a promising Sevens player himself and had international ambitions before a knee injury ended his career. So nothing to choose between the teams really, just one score, and that's nothing in sevens. 7 minutes then to decide this one as Rhys Jones gets the second half underway. Palm down there initially by Sam Cross, may have been nudged forward, and that's confirmed by Richard Kelly.
You can see the Canadians using Harry Jones. It was Harry Jones, not Sean White, my apologies, earlier on, who actually caught it and then threw it back. And so Jones and Dala, the two responsible for the kickoffs. And look at that, the pass is completed. Certainly in favour of the Welsh. I like the defence of Canada in the last minute because had Wales scored, it certainly would have been a psychological advantage to them.
Scooped away by Nathan Hirayama. In the hunt goes Harry Jones. So many of these Canadian players represented their country at the Rugby World Cup Sevens in Moscow. A settled side, and Geraint John looking to get back on terms here.
Big mistake there from Traynor as well, taking the ball into contact and then being turned, not recycling it, and so therefore giving possession to Wales. That's disappointing.
Yeah, 2 good results for Canada recently in Las Vegas and Wellington when they made the Cup quarterfinals. So looking to make it 3 in a row here, and they've climbed up the rankings above the likes of Wales and France, Scotland, Portugal and the US of A. Scooped up by Rhys Jones to Ross Jones. No relation. Price. Harris, the replacement. To midfield, Cross. Again, can get the outside of Connor Traynor. Canadian defence up very quickly. Jones, sucks in Nanyak Dala, and away goes Price for the first score of the second half, which takes Wales to a 10-point advantage.
Well, good patience and moving the ball, spreading the ball wide, and Nanyak Dala guilty of not staying out wide. He gave too much space and respect here to Will Price, and he's got too much pace. Look at that. He had a 10-metre head start, or 5-metre head start, and that's all that was required. Much better play. Well, a good start to the second half for Wales, I should say. Just ran out of numbers, didn't they?
Certainly did. Difficult kick there for a left-footed kicker. Rhys Jones out wide on the left. 10 points, that's the difference. 2 scores. Gives a little more comfort to the Welsh. Passes completed, 37-7. That reflects the amount of possession secured by both teams. Again, it's a very decent restart from Rhys Jones, dropping that one right on the 10-metre line. Nate Hirayama. And a greater urgency now about the Canadian play as Kieran Hearn takes it into contact. That's Mike Scoff's replacement, wearing 12. There he is, breaks through to the first tackle and the second. Well, again, some poor defence from Wales and Mike Scott. Well, what a brilliant individual effort that was from the man from the Oakfield Crusaders in Ontario. The replacement, Mike Scott, claws one back for Canada.
Not a bad replacement to make when he can come on and have an impact like that, but it came from the kickoff yet again. And Harry Jones got up brilliantly and pulled the ball down. And then they just broke away here, didn't they? Mike Scholes showing some pace. And then I thought he got the wobbles here and was going to get caught. He just had enough pace to get himself over the line. And it's game on.
Yeah, there were some defensive errors from Wales, exposed by New Zealand early on. And when you look at the statistics, and I'm sure that Gareth Williams has had an opportunity to do just that, you'll see that perhaps the series ranking reflects somewhat on the porous defence of Wales at times. So Canada back in the hunt. Still have more work to do though, trailing by 5 points, 17-12. But Canada have this uncanny knack of grinding out tight games. It always is tight between Wales and Canada. Wales last one in Port Elizabeth, it was one score, 24-19.
Well, the intention clear there from the Canadians to kick out to the right and then try and hold them up to get a turnover. They got it out, did Wales, but just in the transfer there from Davis, the infield pass to Harris, just lost forward.
And you get the feeling that this one is going to go down to the wire again, Willie. 17-12.
Keep an eye out for Sean Duke. He's their go-to guy. He's the money man.
And he's starting out wide, but Wales do just about enough to put pressure on Canada. And Rhys Jones has gone down injured, and you heard a scream of anguish from the Wales number 7. So Wales effectively down to 6 men here. James Davis floats it out. Ross Jones was there. And Rhys Jones needs attention on the far side. He is in some discomfort. May have pulled a hamstring when he gave chase. Quick out of the blocks. Dan Jones is the physio there. And as ever, the medical support is good at these tournaments. The referee.
Yeah, just the way that he fell, and you could see straight away he knew that it was injured there. Let's have a quick look. I think his ankle actually just got caught. Yeah. And straight away he knew it's the right ankle. That's what they're looking at the moment.
Well, that's a huge blow for Wales, having suffered so many injuries during this season. That is the pool situation as it stands at present. The concern is over the welfare of Rhys Jones as the stretcher is brought out. And the medics will make sure that Jones gets the best of support here. As we look at the respective world record of the two teams in the World Series. Wales enjoying the slightly better win ratio, 21-9 in wins. That's the form guide. Not much to choose between the teams.
With 90 seconds remaining on the clock, it's more a matter of actually getting the team in and actually saying, look, this is what we need to do, fellas. So you've got to keep your mind on the job. And there's a few players walking around like cows, but really the captain needs to just bring them in.
So here we are then, Canada, as I say, because of those successes in Wellington and in Las Vegas, getting to the Cup quarterfinals. Have climbed up into the top 10. They're on 43 points within touching distance of Kenya. But France are still within touch, and Wales also, but they've dropped down the rankings. Finding it difficult to secure wins of late. New Zealand out on top with 2 wins over 40 points, 43-5 against Wales, and 40 points to 7 against Portugal. Canada also secured a 40-pointer against Portugal. So So the games to come after this one: Wales against Portugal, New Zealand against Canada. The outcome of this one is far from certain. Canada 12, Wales 17. And still waiting for the injury to Rhys Jones to be attended. And it's a proud day for these youngsters from the Miyagi, Fukushima and Iwate prefectures. Some children orphaned by the tragic tsunami and earthquake in Fukushima in November 2011. 360 children in all, and they've been brought here to enjoy the sunshine and the rugby by the Japan Rugby Union. Good to see them here.
Yeah, lovely touch, isn't it? When that happened 3 years ago, and I know that the city has been repaired, but our minds and thoughts very much with those young boys and girls.
This is young Tom Williams, a 17-year-old from the Cardiff Blues Academy, and already a Welsh under-20s scrum half. Probably one of the youngest players ever on the IRBA tour, but what great experience for him to play in front of such a huge crowd. And when he goes to Hong Kong next week, we'll experience an even greater crowd probably. Just remind ourselves of the Twitter addresses as we recap on the Wales try at the top of the second half here, claimed by Will Price, which took Wales out to a 10-point advantage, and then that individual effort from Mike Scholz, the replacement, brought them right back into it.
Well, speaking of hashtags and Toyota and Tokyo Sevens, great to see that Jonah Lomu is going to be in Hong Kong. He's been following us on Twitter and sending messages out. So if you are watching the coverage, Jonah, hope you're well.
So that's always a sad sight to see a player being ferried off the field of play. Such an influential player in this case for the Welsh cause, and that's Rhys Jones. So 1 minute 30 or so remaining, and I'm just wondering how much of an impact that injury will have on the Welsh players. So many injuries, as I've said, of late.
Well, this is a key scrum for Canada. They've got to get the set piece right and then use the pace that they have got out wide.
Craig Price is on for Wales on the near side here, wearing 12. That's Tom Williams, the replacement number 3 for Rhys Jones. Away comes Kieran Hearn, grabbed by the shirt tails by young Owen Jenkins. Well, the average age of this Welsh side has come down considerably since Owen Jenkins and Tom Williams have come onto the field. Oh, lovely break there by Connor Traynor. It's all hands to the pump here now for Wales as Canada look to get back on terms. That's Harry Jones looking for the breakthrough, almost up to the Welsh 22. Mike Scholz scored that wonderful try a few minutes ago. But Wales making the tackles. Nate Hirayama. Duke had called for it. And here he is, Sean Duke. Luke Morgan didn't get his man that time. Harry Jones again. Hirayama, plenty of men out on the left here for Canada. But on the inside track, that's the captain, Hirayama, almost to the try line. Over he goes. And the referee is right on the spot. He might want to have a look at the screen here, but he'll have a word with his man in the in-goal area first.
That is just a termination, nothing else. That should be a try.
CMO. Could I please check whether the ball is grounded, please?
Well, it was a 2-pointer for Canada in Las Vegas the last time these two teams met, 21-19 to Canada. Now then, was Nate Hirayama held up? That is the question. If he was, it's brilliant defensive work.
Well, he deserved it. There was one part of the play where he actually caught the ball behind his back and then held on to it and continued. And they went through all that phase as well. with only 6 players because Kieran Hearn was injured way back in play.
Yeah, Kieran Hearn is still receiving attention. So Canada down to 6 men. As Kieran Hearn is escorted gingerly off the field. Makes way for Sean White, another experienced Sevens exponent. Canada's most capped 15s player here, probably.
Very difficult to defend this scrum as well, with such a big blind and, in fact, options both ways. And so Duke just goes and stands. In fact, he's not in behind the boot. It's Hirayama who's directly behind the scrum, and then they'll take options both ways.
So the pressure has to come through from the scrum here for Wales, but the feed from Sean White. Right at the death, and desperate attempt here. Canada once more have done it just on the hooter, just as it happened in Las Vegas.
And it's that man Jones, the good Welsh name, Harry Jones. Hirayama, he took the right option because he knew he could just get it out wide, and once he got on the outside, so she's all tied up now, 17 all, kick to come.
Crucial kick. Right out on the touchline for Nathan Hirayama. So it's a nail-biting time for the Welsh management, directly beneath me here. Not a bad attempt from Nate Hirayama, but it's finished at 17 points all. Then nothing to choose between the teams on this occasion. Full time, it's Canada 17, Wales 17.